Welcome to the Real Estate Corner on Iconic TV 15.10. Thank you for allowing us to come into your homes this evening and talk about real estate. Well, we're down filming in Galveston Island at the beautiful San Luis Hotel. And we're going to be talking to some realtor leaders here in the greater Houston area about what's happening in their area. My name is Shae. I'm host of the Real Estate Corner, Better Homes and Gardens, Gary Green. I'm a broker associate with that company. Here in the studio with us down in San Luis, we've got Shae Cottar. Shae is with Origin Real Estate. Hi, Shae. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for bringing me on.
And I'd like to start off, Shae, by just getting an idea about your company. Tell us about your company.
Well, our company is fairly new. Most of us have been in the real estate business for a while now. I became the broker of the company earlier this year when I was finally eligible for my broker's license. But our company formed about a year and a half ago. We launched April 1st, no joke, 2017.
Wow.
And it's been one of the most exciting and scary things that we've ever done. So.
Well, you know, Shae, I can remember when I started my company, and I felt the same way. And I'm still here, so I'm almost positive that you will be still here. I've seen your leadership at the association, and you're on the right direction. You're open-minded, and you really look out for the consumer, and you know the real estate industry. So tell us about the area that you work in the greater Houston area.
Sure. Well, the area that I work in mostly is actually the area I grew up in. The east side of Houston, the Baytown, Mont Bellevue, sort of Highlands and Channelview, all the way down to Clear Lake. I'm a Baytown native. I've been there since 1976. My mom was a broker in that town for 40 years, so that's just something I've known my whole life. Over the last few years, though, we've seen such explosive growth. It is definitely not the Baytown in the east side of my childhood.
So it is not the east side of town, Channelview, that we think of the east side. Growing up, I'm a native Houstonian also, and east side, oh, you don't want to be on the east side, and now it's one of the hottest areas in the greater Houston area.
Absolutely. There's so much new construction going on, and you know, the sort of revitalization of some of the older areas. That's one of the most encouraging things, and that's one of the reasons when we opened our office, we chose an older area of town to really invest in and revitalize the old ACE district, the historic Baytown district with Texas Avenue right there.
Before we get a little bit farther into the show, Shae, why don't you tell us a little bit about your company as far as the name, Origin, and your phone number?
Sure. Origin Realty is our company, and our number is 281-691-6177. My phone number, my cell, is 832-324-9393. Origin Realty was brought about by myself and my business partner, Cassie Nichols. And we'd been in the real estate business for a while. We were actually originally part of my mom's real estate company, Cottar Real Estate, before that. And the whole time that we'd been together working, we really wanted to do something new. Not new just for the sake of being new, but something as the real estate industry changes, and instead of reacting to those changes, and the real estate industry is not just changing because of real estate, all the industries are changing. That we've been having that conversation for a number of years, and real estate is catching up with all of these other markets like the hotel industry, the restaurant industry, all these other things, and instead of being in a place where we had to react to that change, we sort of wanted to see what we could do to direct that change in our own marketplaces and get in front of some of those changes by offering things to our consumers maybe that other companies aren't offering, or being more involved in their lives than just simply being a real estate company.
Wow. So let's talk about why the explosion on the east side of town.
Sure.
What is causing all this explosion out there? What's making it happen?
I have to be careful when I use the word explosion.
And I'm sorry, that was a pun on me.
Oh, yes, no. Most of the explosive growth is with all the plant activity. Chevron, Exxon, we've got two of the biggest facilities in the U.S. And not just the Exxon Chemical, but the Baytown Olefins plant with Exxon, the Mont Belvieu Plastics plant with Exxon. All those plants are going through such tremendous growth. I remember about 4 years ago, I was sitting in a meeting at Lee College with the president of Exxon, president of Chevron, the city planner, a bunch of other industry and community leaders, and they said, get ready, over the next 5 years, we're going to double your population.
Wow.
And everybody in the room looked at each other and kind of laughed, and everybody thought, there's no way. It's just not going to happen. And here we are 4 years later, and it's absolutely happened. What used to take me 10 minutes to get from my side of town, the south side, to the north side of town to go to the grocery store or do some shopping, now it takes 30 minutes.
Wow. So as we move forward, what kind of pressure have all this new employment, what kind of pressure has that put on the housing market?
Incredible pressure. Right now, houses don't stay on the market. Even when areas of town on the west side were slowing down and homes were starting to stay on the market a little longer, ours were staying on the market. You know, the HAR average for the Houston Association of Realtors overall in the Houston area in August was 48 days. In Baytown, it was 44.8. Our listings weren't even staying on but 30.1 days. So there's a resurgence of this kind of fight over homes. We're still seeing multiple offers, but the good news is the price points are so reasonable still. The average list price in the Baytown area is about $235,000, but a lot of those homes are still in that 75 to 150 range. And in fact, from the 150, if you look at about 100 to 200 range, there's probably a third of our entire housing market that lies within that range, and those are good homes.
Well, you know, it used to be that people would say, I don't want to live in Pasadena, I don't want to live in Deer Park because of the chemical plants. Clear Lake has always been booming. I was talking to someone who practices down in Clear Lake, and they were saying, hey, Shad, I says, well, I know NASA's not what it used to be. My mother worked down in NASA for 20-some years, and I said, it's not what it used to be. And he says, well, NASA's not even a blip on the radar anymore in Clear Lake because of all the other industries that are going on down there. So with affordability, Pasadena, LaPorte, we sometimes forget about the LaPorte area. Right. I was searching for some houses down there for somebody and realized there's not that many housing available in LaPorte. Just sold one over in the Pasadena area, and it was difficult finding one for her. So is the high employment is the one pushing the prices up and making the scarcity of houses? It
is. Especially when you look at LaPorte, Pasadena, Deer Park, and even on up through the Channelview North Shore area. There's a lot of new construction on the northern side of I-10, no matter what community you're looking at. Most of what's going on the south side is these revitalizations of some of the older communities. My home is built in 1957. We're on the south side of Baytown, right there by the bridge. Okay. But one of the only new developments on the south side right now is this new master plan community, Trinity Oaks. That's kind of
I've not heard of that. Trinity Oaks.
Trinity Oaks. They started breaking ground on that maybe a year ago, but it's very slow moving because they're still waiting. It's right there where 99 is coming through and hitting 146.
Okay.
The price point's going to be $250,000. It's going to have shopping. It's going to have grocery. It's going to have everything that you typically think of when you think master plan community.
So Trinity Oaks would be a master plan community very similar to Summerwood?
Right.
Okay. What's your take on, let's talk a little bit about Channelview area. Summerwood, is that subdivision matured now?
It really has.
Okay.
Just last month, I had two different clients that I was showing a lot in the Summerwood area, and those homes, there's this sort of separation now, and there's this blurring of the lines between where Summerwood ends and Eagle Point starts. Eagle Point is only about 10 years old, maybe. Summerwood gets into more about the 15 or the 20-year-old homes in some of the areas. But those homes are such great houses, and it's a really good price point for people that are looking for that sort of northeast corner.
Because you guys were missing the master plan community till Summerwood came in. Now you've got Trinity Oaks that's down there. Guys, we've been talking with Shae Cottar with Origin Realty. We're going to take a quick break. Shae, I'm sorry, tell me a little bit about the schools in the areas, because I'm sure people who are watching us will let us know about want to know what's happening with schools in the area. We'll be right back with the Real Estate Corner. Thinking about buying or selling, real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Get survey, put a home on the market, review the net sheets, taxes, advice on financing, homestead exemptions, advice on insurance, what kind of mortgage, inspections, considering offers, negotiations, submitting an offer, how good are the schools, down payment assistance, title insurance, home warranties, closing costs, final walkthrough. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call, Shad Bargaining. Welcome back to the Real Estate Corner. I'm your host, Shad Bargaining, and we're here in the studio down at the San Luis Hotel down in Galveston, talking with Shae Cottar with Origin Realty. Before we go back to Shae, I'd be remiss not to mention my sponsor, Prosperity Bank, who has the best loan in the marketplace. This loan is called UHOP, 1-844-YOUHOPP. The UHOP loan is 100% financing, 600 credit score, no MI. No one in town has a home loan as good as the UHOP loan from Prosperity Bank. Let me give the numbers again. That's 1-844-YOUHOPP, UHOP. Give them a call, great loan, and if no one in Houston has a better loan than the UHOP loan at Prosperity Bank. So Shae, let's talk a little bit about schools.
Sure.
What are the schools in these the southeast side, south side? I know we have Pasadena schools, Sheldon schools. What are some of the others?
Well, you got Pasadena, you've got Deer Park and LaPorte,
Okay.
Goose Creek ISD in Baytown, Mont Bellevue has Barbers Hill. There's a lot of diversity in those areas, and there's a lot of good stuff going on. And depending on what you're looking for in a school, the programs, different areas kind of excel at different things, whether it's sports for your kids or academics or fine arts. Every school seems to have they've all got different things that they excel at. Now, some of them are good at a lot of those things.
Okay.
But there's
Barber Hill's got a good softball team, I believe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. See, I'd be paying attention. I read the paper.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I know that with Goose Creek, I'm really heavily involved in the school district there. Got 3 kids, one that just graduated, but 2 still there. I'm involved on committees and with the school board with their activities. And I know that one of the things that's really going on right now, we've just rezoned, and one of the reasons we rezoned was because with the way that the community is kind of laid out, we found that there was so much inequity between the high schools, and we wanted, Baytown's a really diverse community, and we wanted to make sure that each one of the high schools reflected that diversity. Okay. Instead of just having one that had a predominance of this socioeconomic class or this group of folks. We wanted to make sure that we took the ratios among the community at large and shuffled things around with the least amount of impact as possible, but to make sure that each high school reflected the community at large. And that was such a really great project for our community. I really thought that was how we should have done that.
Wow, I've never heard of a school district doing that. Let's talk a little bit about 99. coming through there.
Yeah.
Has that opened up, because now you can get on 99 and go all the way over to Fort Bend from 99. So how has 99 helped the growth there? And do you see growth going farther out to Belleville and farther out I-10, eventually Anahuac being part of
Oh
it?
yeah, absolutely.
Because of the push with 99?
Absolutely, and 99, of course, now on the south side of I-10, it's a nice ride from I-10 down 99 to almost where it hits 146. Right there in that little stretch between 1409 and 146, there's still a lot of construction, and so it's a nightmare right now. But you know that nightmare is temporary because it's going to be a lot better. But once they finish that, it's just going to be it's already transformed how to get around, and it's just going to be that much better.
All right. We've talked a little bit about Trinity Oaks, a new master plan community that's down in the Baytown area. Any other new home building going on in that general area? Because I know you've had a lot of resale out there in the market, but any other new homes for those who are searching for new homes in the Baytown area?
Castle Rock, one of the builders out there, has 2 or 3 different communities that they're building. Anglia has about 5 different communities that they're building on the northern side of town. Cahov has about 3 or 4 that they're still building over between sort of the north side of Baytown and then Mont Bellevue.
Okay, can you give me a range of what those homes
Sure.
starting off at?
You know, the Anglia and the Castle Rock homes, those usually start around the 160s, 170s,
Okay.
and can get up to about 250-ish.
Okay.
Of course, Cahov is going to start really around the 230, 250 and go up from there. And that's in addition to about a half a dozen custom home builders out there like Eagle Point Homes.
Okay. We've been talking with Shae Cottar with Origin Realty. He's been here in the studio in this beautiful hotel, talking with us about what's happening out in the Channelview, Baytown area, Mount Bellevue area, Deer Park. Is Deer Park still the most expensive place in that southeast side?
I think it's Mont Bellevue now.
Mount Bellevue. Wow, what changed it?
Well, okay, so a few years back, everybody left Baytown. I say everybody. A lot of people left Baytown, wanted to move to Mont Bellevue. Well, then what that set up was everybody that was already in Mont Bellevue started moving east to Anahuac.
Okay.
And when that happened, I think part of the last several years with the sort of clamp down on the housing and housing becoming so scarce, all these builders just went into the Mont Bellevue area because Baytown is landlocked on the south side by the water.
Right.
And then most of Baytown is sort of landlocked by I-10. You've got some areas north of I-10 that there were still some areas of growth that could happen. But really the only way to grow mostly was east into Mont Bellevue. And since then, Mont Bellevue has just skyrocketed in the amount of construction, but those homes are all like half-acre to 1 to 2 acre lots.
Wow.
The average home price in Mont Bellevue is about $325.
Wow.
So they start in the higher 200s and go. In fact, you can't find anything in Mont Bellevue for under 200, but they go up into the 600-700s.
Even in the resales have gone up in value over there?
Oh yeah.
Wow. We've been talking with Shae Cottar with Origin Realty. Shae, I want to thank you for coming in, sharing with you what's happening in your neck of the woods in that Baytown, greater Baytown area. You've been watching Iconic TV 15.10. My name is Shad Bargaining. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with the Real Estate Corner, and we're going to go out to the west side of town and visit with Katie and see Christy Borden, of course, with Better Homes and Gardens Gary Green. You know I had to have somebody here from Better Homes and Gardens Gary Green. Be right back with the Real Estate Corner. Thinking about buying or selling, real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Get survey, put a home on the market, review the net sheets, taxes, advice on financing, homestead exemptions, advice on insurance, what kind of mortgage, inspections, considering offers, negotiations, submitting an offer, how good are the schools, down payment assistance, title insurance, home warranties, closing costs, final walkthrough. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call, Shad Bogany.
Hi, I'm Marilyn Island, partner with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Gary Green. Thank you for considering us to market your home for sale. I can proudly tell you that we have consistently, year after year, sold more homes than any other Houston brokerage. You know, a marketing plan is truly successful when it does more than just sell your house. It's one that gets you the highest possible price with the least inconvenience, no surprises, and is done in the time frame that you require. That's exactly the plan we intend to put in place for you when you choose Gary Green as your listing agency. Our marketing plan begins by selecting a list price that is as high as possible without eliminating showings or interest by probable right buyers. Your agent's going to provide you with a whole lot of marketing statistics, and you'll have everything you need to make that decision. And second, let's face it, competition increases prices. So everything will be done right and ready when we introduce your home to the marketplace. What we want to do is increase the opportunity for competing buyers and multiple offers, and do that in the shortest time frame. Your Gary Green agent's going to fill you in on the details of our plan, suggestions on staging your home, choosing the remarks the public will see in ads, flyers, and on the web, selecting up to 32 photographs that will go to over 900 websites and MLS, contacting area realtors to alert them of your upcoming listing, planning the public open house, and more. As your advocate, we will ensure that no offer on your home is accepted without the buyer being pre-qualified. We will negotiate fiercely on your behalf, and we will keep you informed every step of the way. So let us go to work for you. Your Better Homes and Gardens Gary Green agent will take the time to do it better. Thank you.